just barking out orders to the rest of the team.
They're ready.
They are ready, and we're almost ready. So just final thoughts quickly, Alan.
I'm bullish on this Vici Gaming team, but OG's on a hot streak right now. They got everything they wanted out of the draft. I'm going to go OG as well.
Okay, all right. It's a fairly fundamental draft for OG as far as the first game is concerned. It's time to hand you over to our commentary team for our opening match of ESL 1 KATOWICE. So let's hand you over to the pixelated Hatmen.
Thank you very much, Red Eye. Yes, we're here ready for the first game. And what a game to start with. OG versus Vici. I'm only Pixel. I'm here with Capitalist, of course, for this one. What do you reckon, Cap? The panel, they seem to be all on OG's side off the back of this draft. Do you agree?
Well, it's hard to go against OG, seeing as this is a lineup that they ran very similar in the, I believe, the Epicenter qualifiers. They went up against the Final Tribe, and they had almost identical picks. They had the Chen, they also had the Storm, as well as the Lone Druid, and they had a Centaur. So
the
here we'll replace
time,
the Centaur with a better team fighting offlaner in the Brewmaster, right? So that's already better. And then I think they maybe, instead of like Witch Doctor, they probably like a Rubik by position. So they stomped that game. Absolutely destroyed the Final Tribe. Now, granted, I do think Vici Gaming is a bit of an upgrade against Final Tribe, but I also think their lineup is an upgrade compared to what they had before, because I do feel the Brewmaster is easily the best S4 offlane to give out right now. I'm very surprised that it went through so deep into the draft. And they were able to grab that team fighter, because it is the staple of OG to give S4 those playmaking team.
So what makes the Brew so good this game? I mean, are we going to see a certain lane matchup where S4 is going to dominate in the laning stage? Like, what's sort of the peak of this hero in this game? When are we really going to see S4 just go crazy?
Well, I think part of it is the laning phase. Brewmaster will be able to do okay because he can at least blind the Razor, so that makes that matchup, which is already hard for most offlaners, a little bit easier. Other than that, the big thing is less about the lanes and more about just being able to win certain team fights. OG is going to have to pick and choose which team fights they want to be able to take, because they do have a little bit of greedy lineup.
Top lane, VG will be able to secure themselves that top lane. In fact, it looks like they are actually going to be able to get 3 of the 4 bounty rings. So, beautiful start there in terms of money for the supports especially. I'll be very happy with that, plus 120 gold across the map.
Yeah, with that new bounty change, everyone's feeling good about that one. That said, there is going to be a laning phase advantage here for OG, because they do have a Chen, easily one of the best 4 positions to secure the off lane for you. Being able to send back 2 or 3 of the creeps to start, make it so the lane pushes in, makes it really enjoyable to play off lane. But at the same time, Vici Gaming have gone with a similar strategy, where they're also enabling their off laner with a Keeper of the Light behind it.
Yeah, having this sort of dual pressure, we'll see how much it can really do to slow down Notel's farm. I mean, on the Lone Druid should be. It's one of those heroes that you absolutely can still play quite comfortably despite the pressure. You know, Notel, he should still feel fairly safe himself in this lane.
Yeah. The Lone Druid is like easily one of the hardest heroes to be able to gank. Once he gets that fear up, it's really difficult. You can't disable both the Lone Druid as well as the Bear to be able to keep that distance. It's kind of like one of the best dead lane heroes. Notice Vici Gaming is going against what Blitz identified as a strategy that Evil G's ran up against the Chen Sand King idea. Here, OG running a similar strategy with the Chen Brewmaster, but because of the safe lane presence of the Razor, they actually had the Keeper of the Light sitting in the off lane rather than protecting against the Chen, and that's going against them right now, as they're going to lose Old 11, and they may even lose their top lane as well. Paparazzi barely gets out.
Yeah, the first blood there for Fly. I think doing the job, and as you said, both of those side lanes looking to get pressured at the same time by OG, and that's got to be worrying for Vici Gaming when OG's just sort of enabled to go this ham on both of those lanes at the same time. In the mid lane matchup, that's not looking any greater for Vici Gaming at the moment. Rezo standing 11 for free against the 6 for 0. All 3 lanes looking pretty good for OG after the back of the first 2 minutes.
Yeah, honestly, what is Lanham supposed to be able to do with this? This is why EG ran the Keeper of the Light in that safe lane, was to keep that pressure off of their safe lane, to be able to prevent the Chen from being able to go with deep tower dives like this.
And they're just keeping Paparazzi right back in, as we can see. Only 2 CS so far on the Razor, having a very tough time up top at the moment. They've got to do something, Vici Gaming, with their supports to make these side lanes worth it. But the fact that you have these supports in the side lanes, is there ever actually going to be a chance, you think, for Vici Gaming to make a move with them towards mid on Rezo before Rezo hits that 6?
It's hard to say. I think Lanham should honestly just give up on that top lane. can't really impact it very much with just Impale, but at the same time, him solo ganking for a Dragon Knight pre-level 6 is also going to be a hard app. So there's just no easy answer.
Yeah, and look at this, as soon as he's gone, top lane, Paparazzi's getting dove upon him. Laminan was looking towards mid, but he has to come straight back up to the top lane because of the pressure that S4 and JerAx have put on, so there'll be more time where Rezo does not have to worry about a Nyx Assassin coming in. Lanham does now have level 2, but as you say, very sort of hard to feel the impact of these supports. In fact, Lanham might just straight up die. He's got Spike Carapace here to buy him some time. S4 also coming across. Lanham having to just hide in the trees here as this S4 JerAx dual lane looking incredibly offensive. Bottom lane, Fly will be fine. Himself backing away in top lane. Lanham and Paparazzi, they're trying for the chase onto S4, but Lanham's just going to die off the back of it. It just feels a little all over the place here from Vici Gaming. I just can't see the plan of action for them in any of these lanes as OG are having a walk in the park in these lanes.
Yeah, they certainly are. They are going to go for another dive here in the bottom lane. Old 11, though, has already got the mount ticked on him. What is he doing? What is happening right now?
He's got to get out. He's got to run.
Okay, they're going to try and kill Fly at least.
Fly should fall, and he will do, but Old 11 loses his life. A 1-for-1 trade there, and Femira will be given a bit of a chase down by No Tail. His Femira will be able to grab the bounties on the way out, but kind of a crazy way to get this game off here for Vici.
Yeah, it really is. Look at JerAx. He's already setting up for another attempt on Paparazzi's life here with the double Centaurs.
This is going to be very hard for Paparazzi to get out of. The slows there. They surround him. 1 stun, 2 stun. Just JerAx and S4, honestly, this top lane just seems absolutely impossible for Vici Gaming to play. As you can see, the Razor Paparazzi struggling to find farm, even when they had the backup of Lanham there. Now Lanham will go towards the mid lane. They got the Dragon Tail from Ori to set up. Rezo looking to duke out the stun from Lanham. Won't be successful. Lanham does find the connection. Rezo still trying to run. Fly is there. Rezo pops the Fairy Fire. He's got the Salve. Salve will get cancelled, but Resolution keeps his life intact. Top lane at the same time, because people have left Paparazzi on his own again, they're making a go. He does have the static link, but look at these body blocks from JerAx, setting him up for the Blaster Fly, and he does have the 1 charges, which will keep him safe. But I mean, he's going to survive, but again, he's now out of regen, Paparazzi. He can't go back into the lane, and he can't hit the creeps.
You know, the coolest part of that gank from JerAx is that he ganked with 2 Centaurs and then grabbed the Satyr as well. So it killed one of the Centaurs, but it had already blown it done anyway. Brought the Satyr in to just try and get that extra bit of nuke damage to finish him off. It was a pretty cool play, even if it didn't result kill.
Bottom lane. Tail now, level 5. Got, of course, that level 3 bear. This is where it comes a little more scary for these 2 supports. A good route or such, and they could get run down in this matchup.
Yeah, especially since you can't rely on a Burrow Strike to be able to get you out if you aren't geared up like so. I don't know. I was going to say, at the start of this draft, it did not look like Vici Gaming was doing something that they were very comfortable with. They opened with the Razor, a hero that they haven't been playing a whole lot of. They go ahead and pick up the Nyx Assassin, but they've got Autumn playing it rather than Old 11, which is kind of a staple for him. Understandable that they do have the Sand King for him, just because they needed another initiator. They needed a hero to be able to jump and grab this Storm Spirit, but it does look like Vici Gaming is just playing someone else's playstyle, and they're not comfortable with it.
Look at this. Ori posts the Elder Dragon for mid, but in response, OG, they come with the wraparound. They have the stun control from JerAx, and the Dragon will be taken down. So first use of the Elder Dragon form only gets a fraction of damage really done to that tier 1 tower. He loses his life off the back of it. His movements for JerAx, on this JerAx Chen, looking pretty good. He's got 3 of the kills so far. He's put a lot of pressure on top, and now he's working on the mid lane.
Yeah, might as well. Mid tower, probably one of the most important in the game. They're going to force out the cliff as well. And they really don't need to do a whole lot else. Like, they can back away from it. One Storm Spirit 6 after all. He has little fear of a Nyx Assassin catching that.
They are going to try, though, again, by the looks of it, Vici Gaming. Lanham coming in from behind. Well, Rezo, he actually zips in. He is out of mana here. Does have 5-1 charges. Pop them. Can he get himself out? Yep, JerAx will be there with the send home. So Rezo will remain safe, despite Vici Gaming's best attempts with their 2 supports in the mid.
And now he can right back in, full health, full mana. Even going to give a couple of bottle charges over to JerAx.
Top lane, this is quite a smart play from Paparazzi. He's trying to go in on S4 before he hits the 6, but S4, indeed, he gets the creep, gets the 6. Paparazzi thought that there was an opening there, but indeed, that level 6 coming online just in time as S4 prioritizes the creeps to get that XP.
Yeah, if S4 just straight up runs away from the Razor, he dies. But he sees, okay, I'm close to level 6. Creep wave is very close to dying. I just blow my clap, but get the experience needed, and we can turn. Honestly, Owen, this is looking like a disaster for Vici Gaming. Because if they have a bad laning phase like this, then they're really going to struggle when they start going into the mid game as well. Bottom lane, looks like with a fear coming out, they should be able to finish off old 11 here.
Ooh, it's got the stick charges. Life, but indeed, getting incredible. Look, he's going for the zip here, Rezo. He wants the kill. He's got 4-1 charges. Is that enough? One more right click will do it, but he can't quite get it. So old 11, very fortunate to get away with his life there. So he will back up mid lane. Alright, did pop the Dragon Form once again to get some pressure onto the tower, but JerAx is there. Fly as well, looking to just finish off the XP required for his level 6. He's very close at the moment on the Witch Doctor. Need to be a bit careful, Ori. Has got pretty much 13-1 charges and such, so if he sees a chance, he will set up for Lana. That top lane, 33-11 Paparazzi. He is now getting the farm. He's starting to slowly but surely catch up Paparazzi on the safe lane Razor. Oh, he's got those levels.
Oh, old 11 going for a big play at bottom lane. He goes straight up for the epicenter, but he gets scared back, and now that damage is just going to be gone.
And he's in trouble himself if a root comes through. The Bear's chasing him down. Where's the RNG for No-Tail? Looks like it won't quite be there, so old 11 will survive, but indeed, good old Savage Roar. It's such a spell.
That was such a desperation play there from old 11 in a way. He hides himself in the trees, pretty cool, goes for the epicenter, burrow strike in play, but at the end of the day, it's Vici Gaming who are struggling in this phase, and they're trying to find kills to offset what is a clear advantage for OB.
They really want No-Tail. Lanham looking to sort of dive under the tower there, but straight away Fly will come in with the TP. Vici Gaming can't stick around for an attempt on that. South will be brought in for No-Tail. It's back up to full health. It's
a beauty of being able to have a kind of hero like Lone Druid. Once you get him to that level 5, you can move your other support around. Maybe simple.
Top lane, look at this. JerAx, look for the chase down onto Paparazzi. They've got the clap, they're popping the split. In comes the next turn from the center. Lanham will TP in, stuns up the split, but Paparazzi, those 1 charges will not be enough to save him. They get the kill done again. JerAx coming in and enabling his cores to find kills onto the enemy cores. As OG now leads 7-1.
At this point in time, I think Vici Gaming really need to abandon the setup of the lanes they have right now. It's 10 minutes in after all. They do have sort of these team fighting, pushing Razor and the Dragon Knight. They want to be able to take some powers. I think really need to rotate either their Razor into a different lane or move the Dragon Knight up to top lane to make some sort of gank happen. The current status quo is quite bad.
That great stat as well being brought up on the screen. And just saw now JerAx, the second best win rate since 7 onwards. Chen, and we're certainly seeing his world-class performance so far. Top lane again, setting up for S4. They're closing the gap. That's going to be another kill on this top lane. I really feel watching this game, you probably have to ban the Chen if you're playing against OG. They seem super good with it. They win the lanes outright. They've won every single lane.
Oh no, Paparazzi, he could just he could die to fly.
That 1 charge is there, will save him, but you're right. Again, coming into lane, bullied out of it. Raindrop charge is being taken. I think it's pop the Eye of the Storm, stick to the jungle mode at the moment for this Razor, as these lanes are very scary for Vici Gaming unless they group up as sort of at least a 3-man unit. And they're trying that down bottom with the Elder Dragon form, trying to take this tier 1 away from No-Tail.
Yeah, this was the right play. They rotate the Dragon Knight out of the mid lane. They put the Razor in mid, protect that tower, and then they just leave their kind of 5 position just to kind of soak the top. Unfortunately, he does die as a result, but at least they are going to get tower gold finally. Razor got solo experience. Of course, he didn't really result much. A 2,000 gold lead does not sound like a whole lot for 12 minutes into the game. It's still something. The problem's going to be is that OG's line scales a lot better, a lot faster going into the 5-minute mark. Limited timer here for Vici Gaming to really fight power and start taking it.
So, I mean, it's the fact as well, you're 12 minutes into the game and the Lone Druid's at the top already. This is the thing, No-Tail, so far it's just been a straight movement upwards in bottom lane. Ori will stun JerAx, but backup is there in order to help out JerAx as OG turn up, and they'll take down Ori. An easy kill there on the DK, and already, look at this micro here. S4, seeing if he can find out more, will throw the call up into the air. Fly has the Death Ward pummeling into Paparazzi. Looks like they'll turn, surround the call, go for the easier kill. 10 for 1 now. 4K lead. It's getting bigger and bigger. They will manage to at least get Fly on the backlines as 11 does jump in. It doesn't look like any of the others have detection, so 11 will be able to get away with that, as he is at least able to double the kills for Vici Gaming on the map. But overall, it just felt like OG's game from the laning stage. Vici Gaming needs some sort of massive play to swing this one around.
Yeah, between the early Blink Dagger of the Brewmaster here, the early Kaya pickup of the Storm Spirit, which really makes him a lot more relevant in the early game than older builds of the Storm Spirit, and then the fast Radiance that we're going to be seeing. OG's definitely gets a lot of team fight of their own soon.
And up top, straight away onto Lanham. Rezo being the team player, he brought in the dust to make sure that they could get the kill. And that's Lanham getting caught out as well. This sort of the level 6 Nyx Assassin, he hits that level, but he's not being able to make any sort of plays as it sits. Of course, a lot of these heroes, 0 kills, 0 assists on Vici Gaming's lineup. They are going to try for the smoke up. There's a lot of OG here.
Yeah, they have it there, so already kind of ruined.
And straight away, OG will get the D ward as well. So Vici Gaming can't even get that ward down off the back of that smoke.
They're hoping with the reveal of the Blink Dagger, they're going to be able to big, but point is, OG, they know that they're in a really good spot right now. There's no need for them to ever split apart, especially when the Brewmaster is down. So they kind of stay clumped up as 4, and then it's off lane jungle air spoil that.
Way in, there's quite a few around here. Karatzi looking towards him with the static link. Try for a little bit of a chase down, but Jarax is out. 11. Burrow strikes forward. S4 doesn't have primal split for 20 seconds. 11 will be able to blink away. Bottom lane, how's Notel doing on that relic timing? He's pretty much got the relic. About 80 gold and he'll have it there. So this Radiance is going to line in good timing. Lanham is going to look to try and set up for us here, but between him and the DK, very hard to get this kill. As long as Savage Roar's there, Notel should have a chance. And if anything, if they go on Notel now, turnaround would certainly come through. S4 TP's in. Has got the primal split back up. And Lanham knows all he can do is sort of hang around, get the intel, get the vision for them. Actually making a play here is a bit of a no-no for Vici.
They've already kind of shown Old 11 on the creep wave, so I'd be a bit surprised if Notel does get caught out by this one. See, he's not even finishing. Puts himself in a little bit safer.
Lanham was at least going to hope to try and look for the bear, as Notel was letting the bear get low. Beast summon will stop that from happening. Lanham now going to show himself. Rezo, he still has a dust if Lanham has a chance to pot the Vendetta in Lanham. He knows that he can't get out of this one. Savage Roar holds him in place, sending him back, making sure that he can't do anything to react. And it's another kill for OG. Resolution now on a killing spree.
What we got? Bottom lane. They're setting up right now. They use the double shadow amulet, so
Chappy?
he's hiding the Sand King.
It's the Chappy strap.
It is the Chappy strap. And if Notel breaks this smoke,
oh, is it gonna work?
It's gonna happen.
Oh, Chappy was right. Where are you at now? Maybe not. No, they don't. I mean, it was a good attempt. But OG, they're in Roche and the rest of them. Yeah, they're going in on Roche. I don't think Vici Game is going to head over for this. The Dragon Form is still there for a little bit of time, but they haven't got any epicenter.
Oh god, it's given early ages for Storm Spirit.
I mean, what would you say, Cap? If you are watching this as one of the teams here, and you are going up against OG, what do you do to stop them from getting this job? Is it the Chen you ban, or what are you seeing from this game? Is it the Brew? What do you think is the big issue?
I think Chen is definitely gives you something very unique from a support in the aspect that he's able to pressure on the lanes by being able to pick up these creeps. Also, the send pack to start really enables your offlaner, which again, they allowed S4 Brewmat. A bit of, so I would say that those are the two key things. That Chen is definitely a problem, and first ban, and better matchup. What they had, their support Nyx Assassin pickup, I think, was the thing that really screwed Vici Gaming's draft the most by far. They attempted to pick it up for Lanham as an Storm.
In lane 11, try and Burrow strike out, but the cast bounces follow. Rezo's in with the zap. In fact, he's going to look to try and set up for another. He gets the slow onto Fenrir, but he is out of mana. The Resolution won't be able to chase further, but it does force Fenrir and Lanham to back up. OG moving down the mid lane. Of course, as we just saw, Notel has picked up his Radiance on the bear. He's shoving in on the bottom, so they're pushing in 2 lanes at the same time. And Vici Gaming, it really just feels like now they're in a position where what sort of play can they make? They'll try and go in onto Fly, but Fly, he's got a lot of friends coming in. Fly will fall, but Ori will almost certainly pay with his life. They surround the Dragon Knight. Dragon Knight goes down. S4's got the control onto Fenrir. They surround Keeper of the Light. They take the double kill for NOTAL. I mean, at this rate, I wouldn't be surprised if we might have seen early GG cap. This is looking absolutely brutal.
Entirely up to Vici Gaming and when they want to see how they're going to come back. This is a rough game.
And the thing is, maybe say if this was like a few months ago, you could say maybe OG's going to slip up. But the thing is, as of late, OG, they've been looking a lot tighter. They haven't been making the same mistakes that they were earlier on as this lineup.
I think the biggest thing for me is that they have solved the resolution, call it a problem, where they switched in him. How does OG then play around resolution? I think they fixed that. They have very developed strategy. In every single one of their qualifier games, you're going to see, almost always, you're going to see a big team fighter for S4, you're going to see a space creating core for NOTAL, and then you're going to have a last pick resolution hero that is going to carry you the game. Storm, sometimes D, they even had an Invoker game that they showed that they can actually run Invoker in it. So it does seem like OG have developed a very clear drafting strategy.
I like this as well from NOTAL after the Radiance. He's queuing up a pipe straight away. I think he knows with the Radiance and the pipe, that's the point when OG can absolutely threaten the high ground of Vici.
Yeah, just look at the last time where they set up with that double Shadow Amulet play and went for the Epicenter. It wasn't nearly enough damage. He has a pipe on top of that. The magic damage just...
And where's the physical? I mean, the Razor, I saw Light as well, something that I haven't really thought about, but I guess the Savage Roar in itself, super nice against the Razor, isn't it? As soon as he gets a link on one of your targets, bam, you roar him out of there, the link's broken.
Yeah. It's excellent. You do see Vici Gaming, they're currently trying to pick up double BKBs for their Razor and their Dragon Knight. So they are trying to deal with the early problem right now. Well, pick up a hold 11.
Rezo zips in with the Kaya Orchid, incredibly strong. I mean, pre-20 minutes having Treads Kaya Orchid on your Storm, it's absolutely terrifying for any of the heroes on Vici. He can do a pretty good job at soloing any of them, especially when he's got the backup from, say, the Hand of God as such from the Global Potential. Rezo is sort of unstoppable on this map. They've just got to hope he's sort of misplaces himself. Maybe if they catch him out with the stuns from the Nyx Assassin, they've got a chance. Mid lane, Lanham. Come in, Spike Carapace holding back NOTAL for a little bit, but NOTAL, he will turn, continue to chase. They've got the dust out. So Lanham will fall. 17 for 3. The slaughter continues. OG. They really have absolutely outdone themselves in here in game 1, and a lot of people would have been very excited to see what sort of gameplay OG is going to be bringing to this major. So far in game 1, looking pretty hot.
Time to force the high ground. Just force Vici Gaming back to the base at least. They were trying to pressure that top lane. It's Vici Gaming hard. TP back, so they're in no rush.
11. Does get the 2-man burrow strike, but hey, look, NOTAL's got a pipe. It's not going to save Rezo, but Rezo has the Aegis. So Rezo will be back for round 2. Got any chance of killing him again? They are bringing the bear down low. They might get it. And so, resummon in time there, didn't he? Plus 3.
Yeah, I think he did.
I think he got it out, didn't he? Or maybe a creep got a final touch on it. Maybe
they got a little scared. They had to do the send back on the Brewmaster, but OG is still thinking about seeing if they could take this fight. They just need a few more seconds.
Yeah.
Then S4 will be back with his blink.
Radiant are scanning.
Just take that to make sure it doesn't go into any of the hands of OG's course. Indeed, OG sweeping around this half of the map, seeing if they can catch out any of Vici Gaming. Vici Gaming themselves far out of it. The Dragon Form is about to wear out. Ori hiding in the trees. We'll see how deep you go searching. Looks like they won't search any further.
I like this from Old 11. I was just about to say, I think he's got to go and just start focusing on split pushing because there are a couple of steps to this game. Caught anyway. Step 1 is surviving long enough to get your BKBs. Then once you get your BKBs, you do have a heavy focus on your mid game at that point in time, so you have to win a bunch of team fights because if you get early BKBs, it oftentimes just stalls out your late game.
Lanham will find the curry at least. He may pay with his life. Rezo actually going to zip the wrong way first. They can find it. Looks like Lanham might just be able to get out of there. He's trying to turn, but at the same time, mid lane, Paparazzi getting caught out all on his own. NOTAL and Jerax with S4's Primal split. An easy kill for OG.
No Razor, 40 seconds.
They may have been able to sort of turn around so the net worth lead a little bit. But overall, it's still that lead, and I mean, looking at the scoreboard, but the only 3 deaths have been Fly on the Witch Dog, but no one else on OG's died this game. So we, you know, Fly just tanking it, playing the true position.
And even him almost got a Spirit Vessel. He actually got 1300 HP because he has the mid.
Pretty tanky. We've all seen what Spirit Vessel and Maledict does. It's not fun.
Gonna be OG now just playing a general control game. They're taking over the farming area. Off-lane jungle just got cleared through. Vici Gaming are trying to push out right now. I think they saw S4 at the top lane, so they know that this is potential 4 versus win that. But again, OG are always playing it cautious. Whenever S4 shows, he only shows for a second, just kind of lightly shoves the wave, and then immediately books it back to the rest of his team, so he's not gone for more than a minute.
Gaming just realizing they cannot take an engagement outside of the base. They've got to wait for when OG attempts that high ground push. But OG, they can absolutely chill out. They can wait out the next Roshan, get the Aegis and Cheese before trying again. Just keep side lanes, mid lanes shoved in. Tier 2 is there for the taking. They know that they can go for that pretty safely without any sort of worry. Vici Gaming being able to strike back outside the base. So. And we're lead going back up once again in favor of OG. Just 24 minutes. 19 for 3. This tower going down, it should be about the 8k gold lead in a game where Vici Gaming are yet to have the advantage at all. It's just been OG up and up so far.
Good to get the glance for Brewmaster and then the Act. It's a great combination. Being able to take a full team. Ooh. Spur strike from Old just ahead of Res.
Top lane. Coming out, we'll look at the setup onto Jerax. Jerax really wanted that tower. Yeah, he'll pay with his life there. So Vici Gaming at least able to get the Chen out of that. They do get the deny as well. Now with the jump across, they've managed to find Fly also. Now there's going to be the attempt for the turnaround. Rezo zipping in the middle of it all. Ori has the BKB complete. They'll take the next assassin, OG. Ori, Dragon Tail stun onto Rezo. 11's coming forward. Can they kill the Storm? They can. Big kills here for Vici Gaming. No Tails on the retreat out. S4.
Oh, they can get S4 if he lands the Breathe Fire on top of it before the blink, but unfortunately it was on cooldown.
Now they're still going to try and chase. 11 comes in, he has the epicenter. They've managed to surround S4 with the chain stuns. S4 in a lot of trouble. Vici Gaming hitting back hard, taking 4 of the lives of OG.
A huge win there for OG. Fly made the call. He wanted to be able to rotate up to that top lane, take that tier 2, because they already had good control of the map. They've got to wait for that second Roshan anyway, so let's just take that objective. But OG did get a little bit too split as they rotated up to top lane. They left some heroes in mid and bottom lane as well. Vici Gaming spotted that out. They saw some heroes. They saw 2 heroes mid. They said, hey, this Chen who's trying to clean up this tier 2, let's grab this. And then it just became a numbers game. They grabbed the Chen, all of a sudden they kill the Witch Doctor as well. They're fighting around their shrine with fresh BKB on the Dragonite. That's the absolute best fight that Vici Gaming does.
BKB's absolutely crucial, as you were saying before. That was when it was going to be a chance for Vici Gaming to do these sort of fights. And OG off guard like that, and punishing OG for being a little too greedy with the way that they were sticking around. The split push is going to be even more for them to deal with, though. No Tail has finished that Aghanim's brew. Rezo down, but Lanham just on his own.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that we shouldn't see that same mistake from OG, because now they can have the Lone Druid Bear actively pushing out some side lane, and his hero can just sit with the rest of the team. They can just kind of be a 5-man unit non-stop. Storm Spirit will gladly take all the jungle farm as they move back and forth. Then eventually they'll find that Roshan. But Vici Gaming, they know the Roshan timer. That's why they're smoking up right now. They're hoping to be able to catch OG in the act.
That's caught it out. Did you see that?
Yeah.
The passive of Razor hitting onto the siege creep. And it was pinged out by Jerax. So Jerax knows that Vici Gaming is smoked. The smoke got blown by that Razor passive.
Dire are scanning.
Ice Frog's got to give you a way to turn that off now.
I mean, a little place like that is the reason why they changed the Mirana Aghanims.
Yep.
For similar reasons. So OG fully aware of this, and I think Vici Gaming as well. They'll know that the high chance that OG did see that siege creep getting affected. Yeah, OG.
I think the last little bit of Lanham's smoke did pop on Jerax here, so he finds him at least.
Well, they've got the silence. Rezo's there to back him up. They'll turn and take 1. 11 trying to go for the epicenter. Just jump forward onto Jerex. Is it going to be enough damage? Fenrir's there as well.
Oh, nice push.
Now, they're bringing his way. Brought Ori across the map with the bring. They're going to get Jerex as well.
Ooh, OG.
Very nice there. Play from Fenrir with a recall.
They are getting sloppy, sloppy, sloppy. They know about that smoke. Most of their team plays back behind their tier 2s, but you saw that the Storm Spirit and Chen, they got a little bit greedy in their positioning, and they wanted to be able to punish the natural thing that heads up when you smoke and it fails because the enemy you think, all right, they're back in their base. We can actually split up a little bit and shove out this top lane, shove out mid, take our jungle. And so they wanted to be able to take advantage of that with the Storm Spirit and just give them a free pick off top lane. Really smart play there from Fenrir. They're giving Vici Gaming a window.
Gaming are very well considering the position that OG were able to force them into off the back of the lane. Sorry, take that siege creep.
Just catch the Spirit Bear, hopefully.
All right, plus 300 for Vici Gaming. They are slowing down the pace. Roche is back up now, and OG, of course, will want to try and look for that Cheese or Aegis onto Rezo would be glorious. He's still struggling on his way to the Bloodstoners. That sort of lead that he had at the start is falling behind, but someone that isn't falling behind, of course, is NoTail. With that fantastic Midas Radiance timing he had, he is still having a very free game. In fights, as we saw up top, when they lost everyone else, NoTail survives. Now they're coming across. Vici Gaming will look to come towards the Roshan. Lanham goes for the blind stand just in case anyone was in there, but OG are already out. Do have the primal split. OG can try and fight, but they have to be aware once again, these BKBs can allow Ori to turn around and punch back.
Yeah, that's the problem though, you're facing up against a lone druid, so as soon as they show defending Roshan, NoTail immediately just throws his bear into the base.
Poking around with Roche.
If they could gank the bear somehow and put that on cooldown for a minute, that would give them a lot more leverage to be able to get some map control.
Okay. He's ready to cut that creep wave. In fact, he's trying to keep tabs on 11, but 11 does get recalled. Back towards the pit. Vici Gaming, they have the full 5-man here, ready to try and take it. They do. They lead in, they've got the stun lock. That's going to be Rezo falling very low and falling down. They get the big kill. Rezo is gone. 11 with the setup. Uses up this brew, goes in on S4. S4 still will be able to pop the primal split. Now they look to try and turn. They've got the stun onto Fenrir, but on the back lines, Paparazzi runs down Fly. OG lose 2. Vici Gaming, they are absolutely doing it here. Despite the odds, they are taking these fights against OG.
Go, go, go. Go for Roshan. Go for Roshan. See if they can actually get this maybe. Oh man, that bottom lane's still pushing out though. Oh, this bear is so annoying. They actually had to bring Ori to deal with this bear. They're going to pull him back, but I think...
do they still have time to do this before OG's back?
It's going to be close.
Dragonflow's about to wear off.
There's only one bear. There's no Brewmaster ultimate.
I think this is risky.
It is. But if they can actually kill the bear...
But S4 jumps in, he doesn't have primal split. If they could kill this bear at another time, that's going to be absolutely huge.
Oh no!
He just... No, yeah, he sends it back.
Yeah, he sent it back just in time. It was like less than 100 HP.
That looked very, very close. I mean, losing the bear, that would have been 80 seconds without it. That was a little too close for comfort there for OG.
And then there wouldn't be this presence at the bottom lane, which again, Vici Gaming are going to have to address.
I mean, if you're Vici Gaming, is it... I mean, at the moment, they're 4, but Ori should be fine. Gets himself out of there. They're sending old 11 back at the moment to deal with the bear. Do you think that's, out of the 5 heroes, that's the best hero to sort of say, you've got to cover that bottom lane?
Oh, Fenrir gets picked off. And Ori is already at half HP. He really doesn't want to blow his BKB before the Roshan fight. If that goes on cooldown as well.
How do they deal with this bear, though?
To speak of the Sand King real quickly, he's the fastest pusher when it comes to shoving out the lane. So you literally hit one creep, your burrow strike through, hit the range creep, the whole wave pops. So that's what they're trying to do, is shove out the waves so there isn't that presence at the bottom. But he's just not doing it fast enough, and they're going to be able to get a Roshan result.
As we can see, Vici Gaming, they have closed the gap, but the problem is that even though the net worth is looking closer to even, that lone druid is just causing so many issues.
Oh no, they didn't get the stun out from the Nyx Assassin. Now, they had a potential kill on that bear if they managed to get the Razor.
Rezo, with yeah, the way that the game's going, he's gonna pass up on the Bloodstone and just go straight for the BKB. He's got it queued up at the moment. Does want to get the BKB, and understandably so. We've seen in the last few fights, does get stun control. We're seeing Vici Gaming doing a very good job of prioritizing Rezo, making sure that the Storm cannot go ham in.
Combination, Aegis Cheese, and a BKB. Team fights just become a whole nother monster for Vici Gaming. That being said, they are getting some items of their own. They can actually complete this Bloodthorn from the Dragonite. He becomes a lot scarier. For example, they can now put Brewmaster if he picks up that item. Storm Spirit is obviously... Aghanims is 11.
Okay. I like that. I mean, having that extra range certainly will be quite crucial in terms of maybe getting on top of No-Tail himself.
Yeah. I do like the fact that Resolution looked like he was going to go at one point in time, but because of all the 11 time staff tools, he already has items.
Well for Rezo. Good with this. Bear, pick it up. That is the BKB out into hand Rezo as well. They've also got the gem out. Try and get Rezo back up to full mana. Look to try and strike Vici Gaming off guard with this BKB pickup on the Storm, which they might not expect as he picks it up, you know, full, didn't have any of the components in. Let's see if they're ready and prepared for the BKB Storm.
The sound of that BKB going off on the Storm could be the death knell for Vici Gaming. But they are playing this smart, holding on to their high ground, waiting until OG push into them, not risking any sort of engagement outside of the base.
So, gonna open it onto the bear. Get back in as well, but Rezo, look at this, straight onto the backlines, pops the BKB, looks towards Fenrir. Fenrir's gonna be taken down. The BKBs from Vici Gaming have also been popped. Paparazzi trying to take Rezo down. Rezo still able to survive with that final zip, gets him out of there. But look to swap the cheese and get himself back to full if they do want to go back in.
So easy for OG to be able to force it, right? Because they have the send back on the bear.
Oh, yeah.
So the bear can always go in, and it's so tanky, it's not going to get burst down fast enough. They can send it back, and then they've got a Storm Tier with Aegis, so he can freely jump in as well. It just forces Vici Gaming to use certain things that they don't want to, like the Dragon Form BKB from this Dragonite. OG just go right back in 15 seconds.
Quick stun from 11 to hold back the bear. Let's check down the courier. You can see a few of the old Alfredos have taken down today. Cottle as well, so all adds up. To a 5k lead still, No-Tail. The overarching issue, they still yet to be able to take down this brute. This put a stop to his farm. AC, he's going for his own BKB now to make sure there really is no way that Vici Gaming can kill the Lone Druid in No-Tail's position. So far it had.
BKB. Well, I'm trying to think of like what Vici Gaming is going to be able to do if we start looking. If they manage to complete this hold up against the Aegis Cheese that's side of OG. And we look past that to 40, 45, 50 minutes. Because we said from the draft, look, OG does have the better late game. True, but it's always a possibility that you can outplay that. That drafting doesn't late game. So, can a Razor and a Dragonite, through their itemization, win this?
They want that bear. Let's see if they can get it this time. They are going to get a good link on it, good amount of stuns, but there is backup. OG can look to try and find in it straight away, zipping in. Resolution gets the silence off, they get the pullback. Can they kill the Nyx Assassin? They can't quite. Glimmercave will keep Lanham alive. Resolution still trying to search for the BKB, but he can't quite do it. Ori getting very, very low here as No-Tail brings the bear in on the front lines. They're still alive though on Vici Gaming, trying to get back and out of this one. Fly down to the side, he's been mana drained up by this Keeper of the Light. He has to hold back, no one will fall.
Paparazzi is playing these fights really well. He is identifying the only thing he can do in these fights when they go for the strain on the bear. He gets a lot of physical damage himself. A Storm Spirit jumps in and pops his BKB. He just turns and lays all of his physical damage on the Storm, and every single time it's forcing Resolution to repeatedly jump and potentially just leave the team fight because physical damage, despite having pop.
Bottom lane. 11 comes out on his own, trying to shove it down. He has got the burst strike, creating some distance. The dust is out upon him. Actually going to be saved there as his team come in big with the 4-star Glimmercape plays to rip him away from OG's grasp.
Yeah, we could see the power of the Aghanim Scepter pick up from that as well. That really long burrow strike was able to... The Shiva's pickup for the Razor is coming in pretty soon. That's definitely a big one. We do have some certain level 5 talents that are quite important. Longer duration stun from the Dragon Tail or 40 strength. It's a huge upgrade. The damage output of that carry Dragon Knight. He's also up a little bit more.
Satanic Pun as soon as he can. Quite far away for Ori. They've got the Bloodstone now on Reza, so they will be really looking to try and make something happen with this. There is a DD up top, so that will be able to get their own on it.
I think the biggest thing that Vici Gaming has going for them, that because they play super grouped up and they have certain heroes like the Nyx Assassin, who's relatively tanking, the Keeper of the Light is actually like kind of difficult for Resolution just to be able to come in and pop immediately, especially with the way that Paparazzi is focusing Storm. So it's making these Storm jump-ins. It doesn't actually take away a critical hero like you would usually see in the Storm Spirit late game, where you have some like squishy agility carry or something that can be jumped. Oh no!
That's a big zip from Rezo. Straight in onto the Keeper of the Light with the double damage. Is he going to have it? That soul burn damage will be enough. Rezo has to zip straight back out. They're getting incredibly low.
Oh, they got the Orchid off.
They turned in straight away. He can't get the split off. S4 to fall.
Oh, they cut Storm!
They've got to go Fly as well. Look at this chase down. Paparazzi looking for Fly. 11 with the Soundstorm going for Rezo. The send back will be there in time to get Resolution out of there. So 11 with that Burrow Strike. Has his eyes on Jerax. The rest of his team have had to back up because bottom lane. The Lone Druid Bear takes the tower. So, Vici Gaming, I mean, they're getting these crucial kills. As you said, the Orchid catching S4 off guard there as they chain lock him down. They lose a tier 3 bottom. It's still, you can really feel the pressure that Vici Gaming's up against. That, you know, they can make these plays, but they have to be so scared of the split push that will come each and every time. You can guarantee Lone Druid at no tail, he's going to be on those side lanes during every fight that Vici Gaming look for.
So this is big. A Meteor Hammer for the Nyx Assassin. Now what this does in this fight is that he can go and scout out, say, the Storm Spirit when Vici Gaming some sort of smoking. Say he scouts the Storm. He just opens with Impale and straight up throws down the Meteor Hammer. It's going to be a chain stun, which they can then follow it up with a Burrow Strike, with the Dragon Knight stun as well. It is so critical for Vici Gaming to be able to finally get an opportunity where they can be the ones pushing out onto OG. I think they have a legitimate shot of being able to win this game. With these item pickups, I think this game is actually...
Look.
That was
that
the
looked like
play.
a hit.
Oh no.
That was very close.
They were so close.
Yeah,
they get that pick off, like that opens up so much of the game.
For that, Reza coming at a great time.
Unfortunately, the Lone Druid did manage to get that tier 3, and that now opens up the shrine for gold that's eventually going to flood into OG. Combination of Chen creeps as well as the Spirit Bear means that they could just kind of throw stuff at the shrine. They're going to die. One thing that NoTail is doing very smartly is when he goes for these pushes, especially into the high ground, he'll turn off his Radiance to make sure that Nyx Assassin doesn't get that free Spike Air-based stun onto the bear and then lead. So that's actually how he managed to get the tier 3 at bottom lane without losing his bear because of the Spike Carapace.
Got him. There's a sentry down though. Troll Summoner up here and there, but some creeps. 2 minutes, 6k advantage still for OG, 24 to 13. Roshan be up very shortly, and that will be the refresher shard as well. Not really any sort of big refresher shard heroes. I guess on OG. I guess S4 because until he hits the 25, the cooldown still pretty. I guess
possibly NoTail if he starts having a problem lose bear.
True, that's true.
That's
Could be nice to hang on for that. Yeah.
But I think Vici Gaming, they would love to have that.
Quick with the pink out, but they've still got the first stun. They're moving straight in onto the Brewers anyway to get him out. The Hand of God will be popped, but the stun control is just too much.
Oh, no, not again!
Not the Sembacks. That's those
It's
sort
so
of saves.
unfair.
It really feels like that. You can see why pros just ban out Chen, because losing kills like that to a Semback, it's got to feel so frustrating.
All right, time to clear out these Chen creeps. Get rid of them. Sitting in the Roshan pit, not acceptable. Blew their Dragon form, but they're not comfortable taking Roshan themselves. Oh my god, what a stun!
The stun there for Jax with the control. Resolution's found the setup, goes straight in immediately. They're splitting it up here as S4 pushes back the rest of Vici Gaming with the split. The BKB's about to fall out. They get the root on the bear. That's going to be already down. Meteor Hammer, it's nice. Hits onto 2. Will hold them back. There's actually going to be a buyback from Mori. He wants to get in on this fight. Paparazzi busts the BKB.
Oh, what a stun!
The strike comes through. They managed to find No Tail. No Tail down for 80 seconds. He'll buy back as well as Fly. OG want to go full in on this Roche attempt. Jax getting knocked back. The stun comes out as well. Jax in trouble. They'll bring down the Chen. He is without buyback, but No Tail's brought back into this. He sent the bear down bottom.
He's just hunting for more and he found one.
Got the Yule set up. They'll go in with the stun. Fly did buy back for this. He is not going to get himself out either. That's going to be Fly down on a dieback. The bear is pushing in bottom though. No Tail trying to do as much as he can with this, but now the TP's come back. No Tail has to get his bear out of there.
It's fine. They can still do Roshan. They just have to make sure, just push out bottom lane.
You've got to watch Storm though.
Group to 5.
Surely Reza can try and go for the steal play.
Yeah, I do not think.
Scared.
I think they can kind of chill out. I don't think they need to force this onto Roshan right now. Like they can wait until the Razor joins them again.
Trying for this bear, but that BKB that No Tails had to pick up to keep that bear safe.
Oh, really good resolution. He knows that the Razor's by himself in this bottom lane, but he actually just barely missed him. Razor went left, Razor went right.
We're in the Roche. Roshan down to half health. OG, without the support of 25 seconds, who said Vici Gaming's lineup doesn't take Roche that quickly. With Paparazzi now, that'll speed things up. And it looks like they will get it. Rezo, he's down towards the bottom. No one around the pit. So that will be, and it's a big one for Vici Gaming, the refresher shard as well. They'll grab it all. They'll give that to Paparazzi for the double eye of the Storms in the team fights. Vici Gaming, they're turning this game around. 3K lead now for them. Paparazzi, he is just shot up on the charts. He's 23K net worth, quite far ahead of the Storm. Still obviously behind the Lone Druid, and that is the biggest issues we're seeing. Still these split push plays, but you have to give credit to Vici Gaming for the way that they're dealing with it.
Absolute. Lotusaur pick up soon for Old 11. All of a sudden, Vici Gaming, they're very flush. They have a lot of gold in their coffers, and they're going to be able to finally pick up some of those later game items.
Yeah.
They catch the bear, or at least force the BK out.
Hex on 11. This is a big one, 11. He's nearly as farmed as his DK. This Sand King going off this game. 25, incredibly tanky with that 35 health regen.
They give the refresher shot.
I think that's the best call, isn't it? The Eye of the Storm.
Double Eye of the Storm is really important.
I mean, sure, it's not an Aghanim's Eye of the Storm, but
yeah,
still does quite a bit, and you haven't got the well, yeah, you haven't got the
because again, he doesn't have the Shivas yet on.
No.
So his art, he does not have a whole lot of armor to be able to work with, and we're seeing that in every single one of the fights, that he's being just focused down upon by the physical damage to make sure that sit there, BKB, and focus.
Top. Again, every time now, Vici Gaming on the hunt for this bear. See what they can do. Can they kill it?
Not at BKB
Does
for
not.
3
4
seconds.
It's going to be back up after this Hex. Is that going to be enough to save him?
Oh, nice dodge.
It isn't. They've got it. Got the bear.
Paparazzi with a cute little maneuver there, just barely going outside.
Now is those sort of 2 minutes when there we go. Vici Gaming do find a chance to take it down a second time. That's a huge opening. Group up and push. Such a massive amount of this net worth that OG have that at the moment is keeping them even with Vici Gaming will be lost. Annam got eyes on the bear. Yep. Very mobile now.
Gee, not feeling very comfortable with this game at all, despite where they were a good 20 minutes ago, where they had close to a 7,000 gold lead, most of the map, a Storm Spirit.
I mean, what do you think the biggest problem has been for OG that's allowed Vici Gaming to turn this around? Was it just sort of those mistakes that they made over in Vici Gaming's jungle at the Tier 2 attempt?
I think there were a couple very notable mistakes from OG when better without having some of these fights lead with a couple of pickoffs that just... That was one thing. I think Vici Gaming's itemization has been very good. S4 might have needed a BKB. I think he felt, because he just goes for the Assault Cuirass, that, okay, the Chen's always going to be able to send me back. We saw in at least 2 different fights where that was not the case. They did manage to burst down the...
Yeah, I think the early sort of Orchid pickup for Orion now Bloodthorn was absolutely crucial. The itemization smart.
And again, another one is the Storm Spirit just does not feel very effective because of the fact burst down. Every single time he's jumping to the back line, he's going for Fenrir, but when he's so threatened by the physical damage that he has to, even if he does kill Fenrir, jump out, and he's used his BKB and HP pool like down to a quarter, then you can't really, it's basically you made a one. You've killed Keeper of the Light, but your Storm Spirit can't go back in.
Regeneration.
Bottom lane again. Look, the setups there. They are going to try finish off this bear with the Bloodthorn. They're doing a good job of it. The BKB will come out though. Again, we'll keep it safe, just long enough for Tail to get it out of there.
There is vision up in.
Great out. This will play complete. Fenrir. Charlotte won't be fortunate enough to land him. Got eyes on S4. Could look to pick off the brew, but S4 continuing back to base underneath that tower. Will stay safe.
This bear also feels very ineffective for a lot of these team fights because there is static link coming that kills damage, and then there's also this block well as your Storm Spirit can't really burst anybody down, and the Lone Druid Bear can't get in there and actually deal any damage, then at that point in time. Before, you were winning fights because Brewmaster 4 was just able to... Brewmaster's effectiveness going into late game, though, a lot different. Once you get to that 25 and you get that minus 60 cooldown, you become a hero who's able to use his ultimate constantly, but it's primarily for just a ton of real carry.
I've been wanting this.
No tell as well, just sure his bear's got all the options. Has picked up a Shadow Blade, I imagine he will send that off to the bear. The Shadow Blade and the BKB, lots of ways to get that bear out of there. On the side, they have found Lanham.
Oh, Lanham with his son!
They've got backup, they go straight in, they've got the Hex to follow. Rezo, he's in a lot of trouble. But they knocked him back with the Cotter, which knocked him out of the stun of Lanham. So a bit of a misplay there for Vici Gaming. Will mean that Rezo still has a bit of a chance. Saying that though, he is down a mana.
Yes! He stunned himself with a Remnant. Beautiful!
Oh.
That is exactly what Lanham needed to do. I was watching it. It was like in sheer frustration. He was running through Remnant after Remnant, waiting for his cooldown, and he left the last one. And he just stood there waiting for his Spike Carapace to come off cooldown.
That was...
Oh, that was so big.
He was carrying the gem there, but I don't think Vici Gaming were aware of that. There is a gem in the trees.
That's weird. They kind of should have known, considering the Storm did jump onto Nix's desk. But they're probably a little bit excited here. They're finally in a really good position to be the ones on the offensive against OG.
Game for Vici Gaming. I mean, as we said, as you can see from their net worth, it's going up towards that 10k, and it was solidly in OG's hands, but now it was Vici Gaming.
And this is really cool. They've I saw this Satanic pickup for the Dragon Knight set up a really long time. It looks like they popped the bear.
He should have the chance to BKB. No.
Oh, he ult. He wants to save that BKB for his fresh bear.
Rezo, he's looking towards Old 11. I mean, Old 11 is very tanky. But remember, with that 35 HP regen, he's fine. And now the turnaround comes in. Oh my goodness, the stun onto 2. They blast through the midst of it all. The Meteor Hammer will come down onto the bear. They've found 2 of OG. Old 11 still alive here with the Glimmer Cape. This tanky, too tanky, he gets out of it. No tail.
Soldier Bear's dead.
11 comes back in. They want to try and go for this no tail kill. Jump forward from Lanham. He finds the impale. OG lose no tail. He's not got buyback on the Lone Druid. He's dead for 100 seconds. The supports of OG buy back, but without that Lone Druid, which is the majority of their net worth, I don't know what OG can do in terms of holding this. Vici Gaming, they're straight in. I think this is game over. Vici Gaming showing us what, I mean, at the start, I honestly could have sworn that OG was going to walk away with this one, but
so did I.
I thought this game was over.
Because OG, I mean, there's several things here. Vici Gaming, they just turned it on going into the mid game. They did really good just playing survival mode, where they dealt with that Lone Druid Bear split push really well. That was something that Oda11 addressed in his constant split pushing, going out and dealing with the bear pushes. Did that very well. I think the team as a whole played around each other very well against all of these team fights. They never let the Storm Spirit jump in, get a kill, jump out. They always made sure to try and punish him with physical damage, even when the BKB came up. They made sure they made the Storm feel threatened.
The game, it isn't over yet, so as much as we saw it swing back Vici's way, maybe we're going to go back the other way again, but it seems very unlikely. They will be able to hold off buying back on the Lone Druid, because they did have the tier 2 still bottom. Vici Gaming didn't seem to want to stick around and try and push for the base, as they want to play it safe. Go for Roshan. Keeping this advantage, Vici Gaming 20k gold lead now. Played this game perfectly from the mid game onwards. The lanes, as we said, they were absolutely falling apart, but OG's inability to hold that sort of a lead is really starting to show now. No one wants the Aegis. Fenris says, I mean, I'll take it, but the cores just don't want to give up a slot for it. Paparazzi.
Because they all feel good about themselves because of the Satanic, right? Like, both of them go for this Satanic pickup where the sustain means that the damage from the Storm Sphere doesn't matter to them whatsoever. And again, they've already dealt with the Bear in so many ways with this static link Razor.
And I think, as you're saying, you know, it's just the damage lacking of OG. They just don't have team fight or sort of presence now in this game to the same effect as Vici Gaming's heroes do. There's the split. There's, as we see coming in now, what can they do? They'll try and go for the easier kill. They'll go towards the Keeper of the Light, but he's got the Aegis, you know. Fenrir's like, all right, I got a second life on this one. Rezo will try and finish him off again. They do have the Abyssal drop down onto Paparazzi, but with the BKB and Satanic, he's incredibly tanky. He doesn't even need to use the Satanic yet.
Yeah, he had the Refresher Sword, so he goes ahead, just blows that, another BKB usage, and still has a Satanic in his back pocket as well.
Goodness.
At least they forced a lot out of that Razor, but they still have a high ground push they have.
There we go. What can OG do to stop this? It feels like just do the maths, it doesn't check out. There's too much HP and armor on VG's lineup, but not enough damage on none of OG's, and straight up, there's the Hex immediately locking down Big Daddy No-Tail. He has the Hand of God, but it, the send back. I mean, it will keep him alive. But with a 23k lead, Vici Gaming just standing their ground. Rezo is it forward. He's looking for the DK. Ori has the BKB. He turns, they've got the chainstone onto Rezo. Rezo's dead for 65 seconds. No buyback available. S4 caught out on the side lane. They'll lose the Brew. No tail as well, as they find a triple Burrow Strike from 11, honestly.
And look at it, he's still got a cheese coming off cooldown from Ori, so he not only uses a Refresher Shard, BKB Satanic, gets the full HP. They bring him low again, he uses his cheese as well. Wow. There's just too much sustain for the side of Vici Gaming.
I gotta say, I am so impressed by Vici Gaming's performance. Absolutely incredible. To be so far behind at the start, and in a game where it looked like they were finding nothing out of the lanes, and just off one bit of an opportunity, OG make a mistake, and Vici Gaming, the itemization was perfect. They did not look like the Vici Gaming from the first 10 minutes of this game.